Rooster Bat is where it's at. Oh, he's all that, and that's a fact, you know it. He's the king of the podcasting thing.
Hello, freaks and geeks. This is the Rooster Bat Show. I am David Cadena. Today we have Jess in studios with us. Hello, Jess.
Hey.
And we have the one and only Andy from the Profile Pod TV and 90s Galore. How you doing, Andy?
Good, man. How you doing, David? Nice to be here with you guys.
Oh, man, we're doing great. It's been a fantastic day. We've been moving and grooving. So we're going to go ahead and get started on what's been happening this week. Jess, you want to go ahead and kick us off? I know you have a lot to say.
What's good this week?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Or what's been happening this week?
No, what's good? What's good in your world today?
This week we're alive.
Uh-huh. We are.
And we're healthy, and the kids started school, and it was a kind of a catastrophe, but off to a good start otherwise.
I straight up fought the Grim Reaper, so not saying I'm invincible or anything like that, but Grim Reaper, I made it my bitch. So.
Oh gosh.
There you
go. It was a crazy last week. It was super crazy. After the show, wasn't feeling this 100%. Went to work. Kind of had like these weird feelings, like I needed to get like a little workout in. My arms were like, man, you haven't like pushed weights in a while. Thanks to COVID, I really haven't. So I was like, all right, I need to get a good workout in. And then later it started going into chest pains and whatnot. And I survived another Widowmaker. So this is Deuces on the Widowmakers and David on like super holy cloud number 9 right now. Yeah. Like, there's nothing you can say more about that, man. It's
good you see you here with us, man.
Yeah.
I remember during the weekend you were giving updates, man. I was just like, damn, man.
Yeah, it was a crazy weekend.
Yeah.
You had me on pins and needles. But it's glad you're sitting here with us. It's happy to see you here, man.
Yeah. So what about you, man? What's been going on good in your week?
Oh man, I just have 2 toddlers in the house, and that in and of itself is a major adventure daily,
Yeah.
My kids, they haven't driven me that crazy this week, so that's a positive.
That's a huge positive.
But no, everything's good, man. Down here in Southern California, it's hot as hell.
Yeah.
But I'm about 40 minutes from the beach, so that's my little escape.
That's awesome.
To beat the heat. Yeah, it is nice. But yeah, man, I'm just glad to be here with you, Rooster Bat, Dave and Jess. And I've been looking forward to this, man. It's my second appearance on somebody else's second time as a guest on another podcast. So
right on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can make it enjoyable, man. We like to get it started and everything's going good, and then we'll like jump into like some good news about LGBT because that community is always getting like really trampled, man. It's a hard, that community.
It's close to our hearts.
Yeah, it's close to our hearts because we have a lot of friends, family, in the LGBT community that there's not a lot of good news. There's a lot of people that bring them down. But I have to say, like this week, with everything going on, I really didn't get a whole lot to go into news. In
LGBT topic, we can say that our kiddo was brave enough to talk about it in school this week, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they
were not ashamed to say their name.
Yeah, it was a little triumph. We're gonna take them, man. That being said, so I understand you've been podcasting for a minute now, huh?
Yeah, man. It'll be 2 years in January.
Wow.
2 years in January. Yeah. So I'm a novice, man. I'm just learning my craft, trying to hone my craft, and just trying to get better on a daily basis. Try to put out some good content for the people out there, and be entertaining as I can.
So give us a little insight. What is your podcast? What are the ins and outs of it? Especially like 90s Galore. That's where'd you come up with the name on that one?
Yeah, that's a good question, David. When I started when I wanted to start the podcast, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do it on, you know. And so I started like kind of narrowing it down to, okay, you know, I did some research. What am I passionate about, right? What do I like? You know, I like sports. I love music. So I figured, you know, I think I'm going to do the music thing, you know. And so I kind of, you know, thought, okay, so what about music? You know, it's very, what am I going to do with it then? So I just continued to chip away and narrow it down and decided, okay, you know, I love the 90s. The 90s are a very critical, instrumental part of my life, you know, from 1990 to 99. There's so much I did, you know, and then there was so much good music, so many good movies, so much stuff in pop culture and what have you that, you know, and decided, okay, yeah, you know,
yeah, exactly.
And there's endless amounts of content, you know, it's in just that decade alone. So decided to, okay, I'm gonna just go with it on the 90s. I'm gonna, you know, focus in on the 90s, and I'm gonna you know, profile and focus in on talk about, bring on guests, and then talk about you know, musicians, bands, movies, what have you. And that's how it went, man. And when I first started, man, I was just doing monologues. You know, I was just, you know, literally writing my whole show. The entire show was you know, I had written it, and just kind of doing it that way until I got more comfortable, you know, just with notes, looking at notes and talking points.
Yeah.
And then I started bringing on guests, and I didn't bring on a guest until like 6 months into it, you know.
So your first episode is about Alice in Chains, right? It's like 27 minutes, you know, and then you start developing your craft, and it looks like
the time, did it get longer?
Oh yeah, 1 hour and 31 minutes, man.
That's awesome.
You know, that's how you know. But you have to have that love, right? You got to have that love for a thing. Like they tell you, like as soon as you get into podcasting, like you need to find something that you're in love with. You need to find something that you're passionate about. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to really stand out or enjoy it. Like you don't want to talk about it. Like why would you want to talk about something that you really don't care about? Like I watch Star Trek every freaking week. I'm not a big Star Trek fan. Matter of fact, I prefer Star Wars, you know, like I don't Star Trek, but I watch it because I have a hatred for it. You know?
You're the opposite. Huh?
Yeah. Like, I have to find the faults in it.
To full nerd out is what you're doing.
You know, and you know, but it's like when you have that passion for like, you know, 90s nostalgia, you know, you're talking about a podcast that is going to be focused around such great music, man. You're talking about the best type of rap. You're talking about the best type of grunge. You know, you're coming right out of the electric, going right back into new instruments. You know,
R&B. You know,
yeah. Oh, big bass, ska. You know, really good music.
Dancehall, reggae. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. Man.
And you're just. A lot of people don't quite understand why the 90s are so important to the world. You know?
Like, I think too, if you're born in that era, you don't live it as much because you're still young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then, do you know somebody born in 1990 right now is 30 years old?
I know.
That's my younger
mind-boggling.
30 years old.
Mind-boggling.
Oh, man. I've been out of, that's crazy.
I mean, I was born in, I was born in 76. So, you know, the 90s for me, it was just my wheelhouse, you know.
Yeah.
And even growing up in the 80s as a young kid, you know, school-age kid, I was already into a lot of different types of music, you know, being influenced by I had older friends, older cousins who would listen to, you know, for example, The Cure, Depeche Mode, U2, stuff like that, The Smiths, The Cult, just all kinds of different stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of just, my love for music, and I come from a musical family. So, you know, I've always been around music. I just love music. I got to be listening to music, depending on whatever mood I'm in.
Yeah.
So
feeds your soul.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Exactly.
Yeah, you have to be able to feed the soul. I mean, I have 3 guitars in the back. I don't know how to play a single one of them. So they look really good back there, though.
They need some love. Some of them probably need the garbage.
Yeah, two of those are just trash. You know.
Oh my! I saw them. I was like, oh yes, David's gonna play a tune later on.
Oh
right?
no,
Not a chance.
not even close, man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Jess, how about Jess?
So Jess,
well, I am the only non-instrumental or musical person in my family,
which is kind of odd because she comes from a house of worship, right? The father plays like straight up like plays worship music all the time,
and he's also a rock star, so like 70s, 80s.
Yeah, like he did, did a lot of covers, like super into music. Mm-hmm. All right, which then got her brother into music. All right, he's a drummer, straight up like knocks him out, man. I can't tell you, that kid is so freaking fast. You don't even realize he's hitting the pads. That it's just boom, 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 boom.
And me, I got nothing.
Yeah, and she had a bass guitar when we met.
It was
a dust collector for me.
It was a collector's item.
Yeah, it was a collector's item. Yeah,
nice.
Much like the guitars in the back. I have an app to learn how to play though. So
man,
do you play?
No, I played. I played one instrument my entire life. When I was in 5th and 6th grade, I played the trombone.
Okay.
I wanted to play the saxophone, but the music teacher was like, everybody. The saxophone was already taken up, man. That was like the popular instrument back then for us, and in elementary school. So I settled for you. He gave me the option, trumpet or trombone, and I said,
"Dude, trumpet."
Toss up.
I mean, that's a hard toss up. I understand that, but the trumpet though. I mean, look at all the blues. Okay, you got Ray Charles. You got all this stuff with trumpets in the background.
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I know, man.
You love horns so bad.
Yeah, I'm a big blues, and I'm a big
jazz.
We were listening to some jazz last night, and she was like, oh, let's play some jazz, and I was like, oh no, we need to play 1920s jazz, and she's like, oh okay, well, I
needed a certain feeling.
Yeah, she was telling me like the kind of feeling she wants. She wanted to have like that little mellow. I was like, you need some speakeasy jazz. That's what you need. And we put that on there, and it was the perfect, you had that nice little.
It was chill.
Crisp.
Just go to sleep afterwards.
Yeah. That was the music. That was the music that get you going, I mean, it's not 90s. Like,
no.
90s, you have a lot more. You have a lot more upbeat. You got that.
Upbeat. That's like the era of Nirvana.
Okay, you don't think Nirvana's upbeat? I mean, entertain us.
I don't know. That's my chill music too.
Entertain us is all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
You're right.
That was
right.
The lyric.
Yeah.
Right from "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Exactly. Yeah.
Entertain us.
Have you heard the rendition in the Moulin Rouge movie?
Oh gosh, no, I haven't.
So I don't know if you're a musical person or not, like if you like musicals, in per se, but Moulin Rouge has a different twist on all of their music. Like when they go and they do the entertainment, or it Smells Like Teen Spirits, the Red Light, the Roxanne. Oh, dude, he goes like Roxanne, and he's got this grungy throat, and it's just like, oh. Yeah.
No, I remember the movie. I haven't seen it in its entirety, but man, it's a musical, right?
Yeah, it's a musical, very much a musical. In my
Nicole
opinion,
Kidman, I think it was.
Yes. Yeah. And then Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. That one right there.
Chicago was another one, right? I think
Chicago's a great one, dude. Like,
yeah, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, I would have to say Chicago. If my top musicals would have to be. Well, now with Hamilton, I mean, Hamilton kind of surpasses a lot of them, but you have to have Chicago as one of the top. Burlesque is going to be probably the secondary. And then...
Hey, love, can I interrupt you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Turn my mic down just a tiny... Or not my mic, my headphones.
Yep.
Thank you.
Burlesque, isn't that with Christina Aguilera?
It is.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one, yeah. about 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's on Netflix now. Either way, I don't remember, but yeah, that's going to be number 2, and then follow that one up with I forgot the Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge, there it is.
Moulin Rouge. I like Oz, man. Back in the day with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross,
yes.
Quincy Jones, and
what is that? Do you remember that 1980s Michael Jackson film where he turns into the car? He turns into like a panther, a car. He's got the smooth. Gosh. I think it's called Smooth Criminal.
The name of this? It's a video he did. Or
because it was a full length video.
You're talking about the music video for the song, and then they made it full length.
No, it was a full length video, and it had the song in it. The Smooth Criminal song was in it, and it was one of the highest cost music videos because it was full length.
Gosh, I'm trying to think, because I remember for Thriller, he did a full length video. It was like a 15-minute short film for the video. The movie the song Thriller, that was in the mid 80s. Sorry. Was it Moonwalker? Are you talking about Moonwalker or something from that?
I'm trying to
look that up.
So Smooth Criminal.
You guys remember Moonwalker? He did that.
Yeah.
And then he had Captain EO over at Disneyland. Man, that was just the 3D short, film.
Oh man, we haven't been to Disneyland in so long.
Oh, me neither. But that was huge in the 80s. That was, that was huge.
Yeah. So this one was filmed. It looks like it was filmed in 1988, October 13th, 1988 was when it was premiered. Sorry. Moonwalker. Yeah, it was. The video is the centerpiece of the 1988 Moonwalker.
Okay, yeah, that sounded familiar.
He's got Smooth Criminal in there as the base song, right? He's got other songs in there. I mean, like especially but that video itself, it was almost never produced, because of the cost for that video. It's just one of those things that pops in my head, man. Like. When you start talking about music, man, you got to go to like some of the legends, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Michael Jackson is just. I mean, he's. I don't know. In my opinion, top 3 performers, man. I mean.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
My first cassette tape.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Which album?
I couldn't tell you. I was probably 5.
I want to say he wasn't my first cassette. My first cassette was probably going to be. Like maybe Bohemian Rhapsody or something like that. It's something stupid. I had 8 tracks. Like
really?
Oh yeah,
I remember 8 tracks.
Yeah, I had. Oh man, it's my first 8 track given to me because we had 8 tracks. Even though 8 tracks.
In the vehicle, huh?
Yeah. No. I had an 8 track player, like boombox player.
Yeah.
In the house, and we would put this 8 track in there. And my first 8 track, I wanted to say was like Fire. It was something Fire.
Fire and Ice?
It might have. I don't know if it was Fire and Ice. It might
Fire
have
and Desire, Rick James.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think
really?
It was. I think it was. Yeah, it was Rick James.
Oh, man, that's a good song.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. It was just literally like one song on an 8 track.
Man. I remember in the 80s. Having Purple Rain as one of my first cassettes, and then Beastie Boy. I remember vividly remember my mom begging my mom to take me to the music store, Music Plus. I don't know if you guys remember that. Mm-hmm. There was Warehouse Music, Sam Goody, but Music Plus was one of them.
Yeah.
I got Licensed to Ill. She took me. It was like $6,
Licensed
man.
to Ill.
bumping that on like a ghetto blaster,
It still works too.
Yup.
Oh, is that right? Mm-hmm.
It's still relevant for today.
It's super crazy. Like when I listened to Beastie Boys and I was listening to them in the 90s, right? I thought they were new. Like I thought that was a new hip band. Like I was listening to them on our station. Like we have Crab Radio, which was like alternative rock, I was like, and I was like, I remember like listening to Beastie Boys. I'm like, yeah, bah, 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 bah.
Thought you were hardcore.
I thought it was so cool, man. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, but you're right, because if you were listening to them in the 90s, you maybe didn't know, that they had, weren't familiar with their 80s stuff. They go way back, man.
Yeah, no, right? Same with Green Day. Like I had no idea Green Day had anything prior to the 90s.
I didn't either. I didn't know that one.
Prior to was it Dookie? That one in '94. They had some stuff before that. Huh? Yeah, and then I'm not familiar with that either.
And I was listening to Cake and Bare Naked Ladies. Bare Naked Ladies, they're doing like a live like virtual show this next couple weeks or something like that for
Bare Naked Ladies. I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did the song for Big Bang Theory. Oh, I think that's right.
That's a show, right? For
about those scientists.
The whole universe.
The whole that's
Bare Naked. Yeah, that's right.
That's Bare Naked Ladies.
I
did not know that.
So I follow him on TikTok. You want to talk about like being a media connoisseur. TikTok, I will go down a rabbit hole on TikTok. I follow so many different bands, but Bare Naked Ladies, that band, like they do like little impromptu concerts on TikTok.
Oh, right on.
And it's super cool. Like the lead singer, he'll just like, oh, I remember when I wrote this song, and he like gives you like a little history and stuff like that. And just starts breaking it out. The song for the Big Bang Theory was written 5 minutes prior to the series. Picked up the song.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he had no idea who Chuck Lorre was, and he was going, oh, I'm just gonna postpone this. I'm not even gonna do it. Don't worry about it. Wow. And his wife told him, it's like, well, who is it for? And he goes, oh, some Chuck Lorre guy. And he goes, you mean Chuck Lorre? And he goes, yeah. He's like, you better look him up. And he did. And he goes, oh snap. And so he wrote the song, and they were going to pick it up. It was one single acoustic guitar, and he's like, a whole universe. And it was literally a 5-minute song that he wrote 5 minutes prior to the presentation of it.
That's crazy. Can you imagine? That's pressure.
Oh man. But he came up on the fly. Like he's a super nerd. Like if you watch him on TikTok, he's a geek and a half. He loves to be part of like the Comic-Cons and all that stuff. That is his world.
But he's a producer?
No, he's the lead singer of Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chuck Lorre is a producer.
But Lorre is.
Yeah. So
Bare Naked Ladies is the fried chicken song, right?
Which one's that? Oh, chicken fried chicken.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's incredible, man.
Wow, I got all the lyrics right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's incredible. Yeah, you hear those stories about how stuff comes together like the last minute.
Oh yeah.
Under pressure, and then it just works, man. What's that?
I don't work that way.
No, I can't. I know, right?
She's got to have like planning. She's got to have like a
color-coded calendar.
Like typically, like right before a podcast, I'll like 2 days before a podcast, I'll send you off a Google Doc and let the guest know, like, hey, this is what we're going to be talking about. Just kind of prepare you, blah blah blah. And like, I was like, you know what? He looked like an improv guy. Let's just make it happen.
Jeez, man. Yeah,
whenever we plan something out, we never stick to it anyhow.
Yeah, no, I have ADHD. I could tell you this for free.
Is that really?
I don't know.
No, I hear you, man. No, I'm more of a, I like to prep, and well in advance. But yeah, sometimes it's just, that's the way it happens, man. It goes down that way, man. You hear those stories about how, as far as like casting movies and stuff, people, certain actors last minute, they get cast and it works, it works out, man. It just,
some of the best actors, man, they have, they weren't going to take
made for them.
Yeah, they weren't going to take it at all, and they were like, oh well. I mean, like I was just watching this thing about Home Improvement. Al, the character Al, and from Home Improvement. Yeah, Tom Allen's co-host was never intentionally supposed to be on the show. Huh. He was a filler position. And
wow.
Interesting.
The first couple
Mr.
episodes.
Flannel himself, huh?
Yeah, Mr. Flannel himself was never intentionally supposed to be on the position in that position.
That's cool. Man.
His job was literally to be a filler for another person to come in. that person decided not to. He's like, look, man, I'm doing too many movies. I can't do it. I just can't catch a break. I'm sorry. And they're like, so they had this whole script wrote out for this other guy. Al's been like doing improv, like just kind of like working with Alan and like going back and forth. And they're like, okay, well, Al's a character. He's the guy. And they had such good chemistry that they just kept him on there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. That's a prime example, you know.
Yeah.
I think no, I was gonna say in Alice in Chains, man, with their who was their bassist? It was Michael Starr, I think, left, and they were in the middle of a tour, and I think they were in Brazil. This is like, I don't know, 92, 93, and they were like, shit, we need a bassist, man. And they called up Mikey Nez, and he came in and just everything worked out perfectly. He ended up staying with the band, you know.
That's
I think
awesome.
he's there to this day. Yeah, stuff like that is just crazy, you know.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That kind of stuff right there, like you know, if you,
it feels almost like good luck, but coincidence.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
All that fun universe stuff.
But you know, then again, at that level, man, those guys are, I mean, amazing musicians, you know. Oh yeah. So you kind of, but you still got to have chemistry. You still got to be able to get along with the band and stuff like that. And for it to work out so, you know, perfectly again, you know, the piece of the puzzles just fit together, man.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
So.
Is that my kids?
No.
Is that your kids?
No, those are mine.
I think our kids are like passing out right now.
I was like, I'm like, let me go tell the kids to be quiet real quick.
It brought me back to having toddlers.
Sorry, man.
No, it's all right. I don't remember having toddlers.
Our kids are old now, so it feels weird.
I got two teenagers. That literally, I had one.
They moan more than scream.
Yeah, I got one in middle school and one in high school, right? And my high schooler, he decided this year he wanted to take Russian, of all languages to choose from. Russian. All right, so we had to get him like set up and, you know,
drink vodka for homework. Or
yeah, well, you know, we gave him a potato. We gave him a potato and started saying, okay, now make it vodka. learn the whole process. And he goes, but like in order to do Russian, he had to go into a university classroom for his assessments. And like, so he's technically a college student and a high schooler. And he goes,
I don't think that's for me.
I don't think this is gonna work.
I think I made a mistake.
This isn't working for me, Dad.
Wow, like,
man. Hey, that's fine.
Russian, huh? That's a challenge. That's got to be challenging, man.
Oh, it really
I was
is.
terrified for him to choose that. He really likes the industrial side of like war. He likes how things are made.
He likes the history of it.
Russia, let's do that. Never mind.
So he likes all the history. He's like, oh, okay. If it's historical and I can build on it, I would like to, like, you know, learn about this history, but you have to learn it in its foreign language. And I'm like, you don't really, dude. Like, there's Google Translate for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, make it work.
Yeah.
And he goes,
I think it just felt like good to him.
Yeah, it felt.
The other one he wanted to learn was German.
Yeah,
those sound so scary.
Gosh,
so much work.
I know.
I was trying to skirt by in high school, you know, not do the most.
I stuck to Spanish, man.
Right?
You know,
I think we have him convinced to go into Spanish now. It's like, you know, he's like, he's all, do I have time to change class? I'm like, yeah, no, absolutely, you most definitely do.
He got it, huh? He saw I know. I mean, I didn't want to touch any of that French, Chinese.
No,
take the path of least resistance. You know?
Yes, exactly.
For me,
it's high school, man. You don't want to be like there for 14 years.
Nah, man. Exactly. Yeah. I was just like, whatever. I mean, I already knew Spanish. Yeah. So I said, this is going to work for me.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
I did it in college too. I was like, nah, I'm okay. I can learn French later on, and when I'm 50 or something. I don't know.
If you want to, like,
right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
If exactly. I travel, if the world ever opens up again, I will travel with my little translator book.
Yeah, exactly. Or,
yeah. Well, there's a new that new thing where it's Babbel and it like translates for you. It's cool. Like live travel translating. You know, it's like why do we have to learn languages now?
I know, but you know, the internet. It's like sometimes. What's that?
I said it's cool if you can, but
yeah.
I mean, exactly.
You know, knowing multiple languages is a great thing. Most other countries know more than one language.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
it's common.
Yeah, it's only in America do you get a country where it's like, oh no, you speak English now. Not the same English, but it's going to be English.
Yeah, man, it's common in Europe, man. Everybody speaks at least exactly. You know,
6 or 7 languages, not uncommon for European.
3, I think 3 is more.
Well, yeah,
6 or 7.
One of my favorite actors. He plays the German Jew hunter in Inglourious Bastards. The one that gets the last swastika cut into his head. Mm-hmm. That dude legitimately knows 9 languages and can speak fluently 7 languages. All right.
Incredible.
I would be speaking all of them at once. That's
Can you
problem.
imagine? Can you imagine breaking up a sentence in 7 different languages at the same time?
Yeah.
No.
Gosh.
That'd be crazy.
I'm lucky we got dinner done somewhat like before the show happened.
Yeah.
I can't do 2 things at once.
Yeah. Starting the grill at 6:30 is not a good thing.
Started it at 6, okay?
Yeah. We were 7
languages, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's nuts. So what actually got you into podcasting? Like besides, you know, knowing the generation, knowing what you wanted to do, like what actually made you take the first steps into podcasting?
Yeah, man. Well, you know, I've always enjoyed the performing arts, man. I did act. I did my little share of acting back in the day, and you know, I felt like now I was in a point in my life where I was having some regrets. You know, I was like, wow, man. So how I figured how I have a career, you know, I have a day job and stuff like that. But so I started feeling like, you know, I wanted to kind of get back into that world, man. I felt like I didn't have closure. So I'm like, well, you know, yeah, it's just, so I figured, how am I going to get back into that world? You know, I can't just quit my job right now. I can't just get, you know, I got a family and I'm not 20 years old anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't live that life as a struggling actor or what have you, at this point in life. So how am I going to get back into that world? What's the most accessible way? So to perform and to get in front of a camera or to get into that world, and, you know, podcasting. So I started researching, and again, you know, I was like, man, this is you can literally do a podcast from your phone, you know, with Anchor, and which is what I do, what I was doing, with just doing it through my phone, editing, you know, producing the whole thing through the phone. And so, yeah, that was like my most accessible way to get back into the world. And that's, and then here we are today, you know, so, yeah, but, yeah, I've always had that, again, like I come from a musical family. I've always had a fascination for the performing arts and performing and behind the scenes of stuff as well. You know, how things get produced, how things get, how movies get made, special effects, how songs are written, and how bands come up with the song and
you like to get to the meat of it.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing, man. And when I you know, going to Universal Studios when I was a kid, man, I used to just be fascinated, you know, with all that stuff, and just think, how cool is this, man? You know, everything, you know, watching movies again, you know, music and the whole world. So yeah, here we are, man, getting back into you know, into the podcasting world, and I'm loving every minute of it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Like, you know, for me, it was like, well, I wanted to be able to talk to people, you know,
connect with
like,
yeah. connect, man.
Yeah, what are we going to talk about? Let's talk about anything, man. Like I literally don't have an agenda, but there is already a podcast with the problem with trying to find a niche, right? There isn't a niche.
Right.
Everybody's got the same type of generalization of, what we're going to be talking about and this and that. So what I do is I go, all right, what can I talk about? And I feel comfortable talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally, I'd rather talk about you. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
I'm dumb enough to know that I don't have much to say about me.
Well, everybody has a story, bro.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I'm sure you have an amazing story, but and then I wanted to mention too, guys, is that's why I started Profile Pod TV, which is another show, another platform podcast about showcasing other people, profiling them, supporting them, putting them on a pedestal, and put individuals for example, who other podcasters, people who are doing extraordinary, cool, motivational, inspirational stuff. Actors, musicians, magicians. If they can juggle 3 penguins on a, while standing on their head, that's the guy I want. That's the person I want on the show, doing cool stuff like that, unique stuff. I don't know if you guys remember. That's Incredible, for an old show from the '80s, man. It ran for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, maybe.
That's Incredible.
That's Incredible. Look it up. And they would bring on people who, like, for example, Rubik's Cube. They would have people solve Rubik's Cubes for in less than 10 seconds. Flamethrowers, just all kinds of sideshows, people who are doing crazy stunts. That's what they were doing.
Show.
Exactly. It's a talent show, basically.
Oh, it's kind of similar to like one of those variety shows is like Star Show or Star Search or something like that. Star
Search.
Before that, though.
Yeah.
And Star Search was kind of like the original, like, American Idol, right? Anyways, but yeah, it just
so it was on the air for 4 years.
My time.
Yeah, 1980 to 1984.
I was born 2 years after it ended.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm a little older than you guys then.
He's older than I am too.
Yeah,
I'm definitely the
I mean, you're a little bit older. That's fine, It just means you're smarter than us. Yeah. There's always like a really cool like backstory history when it comes to, how things are found, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to know, how you're able to throw the 3 penguins and get them onto a pinball,
right? How'd you get started with that? How did that come about? There's the whole backstory, man.
Now you have a fire routine. Oh, okay. Cool. You ever burn down the house? Yeah, no, absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Exactly. So
never get charged with arson.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that's kind of, and Profile Pod TV is that concept, and I go live on YouTube, and just bringing on cool guests, business owners, CEOs, what have you,
that's super awesome, man.
Yeah. So I need to get that flamethrower though, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a penguin flamethrower, so it's patent pending. So
I haven't found that yet. But yeah, you're right.
$5.99.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I had another friend who was talking about how he knows a guy who owns a pet skunk.
Oh, really?
Pet skunk. Yeah, and he wants to get him on his podcast.
Wait, the skunk or the pet?
The skunk. You can de-stink a skunk.
I know you can.
Exactly.
I would totally have one.
Yeah.
But that's what he said. I was like, well, you could you kind of domesticate him when a skunk is born. You could snip his whatever the
smeller thing.
The spray.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
His skunk spray mechanism internally, right? And they could totally snip it, and so he'll never be able to spray. But I was like, how many? Yeah, that's something that's like, how rare is that? How many skunk owners do you know How many people you know with a pet skunk? You know.
I don't know if that's something I'm going to be into. You know, like
they're like
Hey,
cats.
They're not like a cat though, right?
They're not.
What are they closer to? Like a possum? Like, can you? Like,
I don't know.
Are they
idea.
aggressive?
A rodent? I don't know.
Honey badger?
Mongoose? I don't know, man. Shit.
They're not a snake or something of that nature. You know, you're dealing with an animal that wants to be left the fuck alone. You know, like a porcupine. It does not want to be played with. It has a stinker for a reason. Like,
yes,
the defensive mechanism on it is not to
we
be.
Can't say too much though. We have a bird.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Weird animals.
I'll stick to it. My dog, you know, my boxer.
That's a good dog. It's a good dog.
Yeah.
Boxers are, man. We used to have this beautiful boxer. His name was Bruce. Bruce, right? No, Rocky.
No, it was Rocky.
All right.
Rocky.
Great dog. Dumb as a box of rocks. Loved to chew on the pillars. Right. We were fostering it, and he would just he would gnaw on these, like, we have these wooden pillars, and still to hold it up. To hold up the porch. You know, he would just start chewing on it. Like, man, like, no, knock it off.
He's a floppy dog.
Every one of our screens to protect the window, like the screen protectors,
ate them.
Ate them or went right through them. Like, you open up the window, like, hey man, I want that nice winter breeze. You know, I don't want to have to pay for AC. No, nothing. It feels chill outside. You open it up. He drove right through him.
Yes.
But great dog, man. He had a full of energy. I loved him. I miss him.
Yeah, boxers will do that, man. They'll do that. Huh?
I don't think I would ever get another boxer. We have a lot of dogs. We have too many dogs.
How many do you have?
6.
Wow. Shit.
Yeah.
One
every
is
time.
enough for me.
Every time. Awkward silence.
Oh man, that's a lot of dogs. Any more pets?
Oh, would you like to hear about our zoo? We have 13 guinea pigs.
Holy.
Yeah, we have a snake, we have a lizard, and we just got an Indian ringneck parrot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is you have all. You know what you need is a pet skunk.
That is what we're missing. So we were thinking mongoose, but you know,
I'm telling you, man.
Time for a fish, but
she says fish. I said no. That's way too far in the circle. I said you have to do it the way the circle is. Right now you're jumping already because you went from dog to bird. You have to go dog to cat to bird. Otherwise, it doesn't work. You know, and dog to bird, you're jumping over that cat.
Yeah.
And then she goes, no. And so now she wants to go fish, which is a whole 2 steps above the cat. I'm like, you just can't do it.
Right.
So
I mean, if we're gonna break up the mill lineage, you know, we have to do it in a certain order. We can't break up the food chain incorrectly. You know,
jeez, man,
you're such a dork.
That's insane, man. I mean, that's wow. That's a lot of pets. And then, does that get pretty expensive?
It can. Dogs eat the most. But
so like we live in the country, so hay is pretty easy. You know, guinea pigs they eat hay.
All right.
Yeah, so it's
we can
get a bale of hay, and that lasts like 5 months, 6 months. Yeah.
Wow.
The bird.
You don't feed them to the snake?
No, we have to keep them in a separate room, but the snake is still tiny.
You know, the snake actually, their food is what, $7 for a month and a half worth of food.
Really?
Yeah, because it only eats every 10 days.
Oh, geez, man, that's incredible.
Yeah, so a month's worth of food. So it eats 3 mice a month. That's it.
But wow. So they eat us out of house.
Yeah.
They eat their food. They eat our food.
The lizard, on the other hand, that motherfucker. My lizard has to have premium crickets. Premium everything.
Premium crickets.
Yeah, like
really.
Like I'm like, I'll just get some crickets. No, homie. I want some good, like, get that gold, the truffle on it. All right, I want that thing with a little bit of cheddar
seasoning.
Yeah. You know, sprinkle that little gold flakes on it.
Yeah. Gosh, man, that's interesting though, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man.
The bird,
Wow.
man, we haven't had to buy food for the bird, but like a bag of food for the bird right now, what we found is about 20 to like $50. So that's going to get pricey if he eats a lot of food, but so far he hasn't eaten that much. So we're kind of good on that. Yeah, he eats a lot of veggies, so that's all right.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Jeez.
But a boxer.
Yeah.
We don't have a boxer.
Oh yeah, they're good dogs, man. Good guard dogs. Very loyal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely.
You know,
Floppy.
Floppy. They love to be. They're a family pet. Like
for sure. They love the kid. Like great with my kids, man. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
They're one of those dogs that you know when they know they're yours forever. That's just the way they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And we like when we were fostering it, we had to get our dog neutered, and you know, like boxers have a lot of energy. You can't just like expect him to lay down for 3 days. That's just not going to happen. And so he tore his stitches, and you know, immediately like you know, got infected and stuff like that. And so we had to like take him, and we had to put this like special tube in it to keep it drained and all that stuff. And man, he was just the calmest dog. Like he would you'd rub his belly. And, yeah, just pet me. Like we're cool, dude. Like, you know, just we're gonna chill.
So did he end up getting neutered?
Oh no, he was neutered. Yeah, he was neutered. Okay. He was neutered. The stitches came out because of the him. He was too wild. He was too wild. Like he like you're supposed to sedate him. And he got sedated, but he had so much energy. He just wanted to go for a run. And I was like, bro, you just can't do that. Like,
wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were going to neuter my boxer when he was a puppy. Right. And I was against it. And then fast forward, you know, 8 years, man, this, you know, whatever the rest of his life, he's been such a mellow dog, man.
Yeah. That's good.
Not neutered. He's been, you know,
we have, because we foster a lot of our animals. We have to neuter them. You foster them. Yeah, we do.
That's how we end up with so many, because we suck and end up.
So it's supposed to be foster, find a home.
Okay.
It ends up being foster, keep them at home.
Jeez. Yeah. How long do they end up staying, man? Just some of them before they get.
Our last foster, the one prior to the one that we just recently adopted, they were with us 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah, I mean, they don't stay with us long. We usually just kind of get them through the medical, get them, you know, fixed if they need to be fixed, and then, you know, try to rehome them. And that's our goal is like, all right,
show them off.
Yeah, show them off. We get like they have like these little bandanas and say, "Oh, hey, this dog's up for adoption." Adopt me, homie. Yeah,
that's cool, man. No, that's great. That's a nice thing you guys do there.
It's a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it a lot because, you know, without animals, man, like a lot of people go through some things, man, and only an animal can be able to help them. You know, we help like people who can't find like calm animals. We're like, oh, dude, we got you.
We know the dog.
We know the dog for you. We know the perfect type of dog that you need.
That's cool.
Like we were dealing with one of our friends needed an emotional support dog, and we were like, we have the perfect dog for you. His name's Mikey. You know, you got to check him out. He's a small dog. He's very calm.
I was scared he wouldn't be a dog.
Yeah. And
nope. You're calling your mom.
I don't know. Let's not do that. So my mom's going to call me back. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb now.
I don't know what she picked up on.
That was Siri, I think, right?
I didn't say her name, I swear. But yeah, so when we're like, hey, we got the perfect dog for you, and we just saw a recent photo this last week, and the dog went on a hiking trip with her, and you know, it's like that right there. That is exactly why we do what we do.
Oh, wow. What was the breed of that dog?
It's a terrier mix.
It was a terrier,
small fluffy white dog.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's good. Dogs, they bring a lot of joy to people, man. And that's awesome.
You know,
so you kind of custom kind of tailor what they need, or what type of person or what type of needs they have to, and then you kind of try to find the right dog.
Sometimes when we get lucky for it to happen.
When the shelter was open all the time, I would go to the shelter probably once or twice a week, and I would meet other dogs. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And I kind of fill them out, see how the dogs are feeling. You know, if they're skittish, and I'll kind of like figure out the builds and stuff like that, and I'll take their numbers like, hey, this dog is needing for adoption. And then when somebody goes, man, I'm looking for this type of dog, like I want a dog that can go on a hike with me, go for a run. Like, bro, like at the shelter right now is this perfect dog that you need to take. Let me get him out. Let me foster him so you can meet him and stuff like that. And then if you like him, well, you can get them adopted, and we'll just take them back to the foster. You finish up the paperwork. So we don't do any of the hard work. The foster does all that part. We just we just help them get acquainted. Yeah. Right.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
No, that's very, very interesting, man. Yeah. But yeah, I can imagine it's it can get kind of tedious at times, I bet.
It can. There's, like huskies.
We have no carpet right now.
Yeah.
Because of a husky.
Really?
It's been a year.
Huskies have a lot of energy. What's really cool about a husky is they are very playful. They're very talkative.
It's like his favorite breed, but it's no for me.
Oh, really?
But they are hunting animals. They love to hunt. They have that drive in them. They can't be kept up. They're not calm dogs. So we had I don't remember what kind of dog. Oh no, we have Boston Terriers. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I like Boston Terriers.
We were fostering this husky, and the husky started like hunting the Boston, and we're like, that's not gonna work. All right. And so we like, okay, let's cage her at night, and see if we can kind of work this out of her. Just kind of like. And she straight up tore up the carpet, like the padding, the carpet, everything.
Man.
We still to this day have concrete floors because of her. It was like.
Well, now it's just because we can't decide on what we want.
Yeah, we're trying to decide on whether hardwood floors or tile or what, But yeah, it's like, man, it's not even close to being worth it. Look, they're great dogs. They're great dogs.
Yeah, I love huskies, man.
They require a lot of energy. And the whole problem with huskies is because of the Game of Thrones, everybody wanted a husky.
And
so
now there's too many.
Now there's too many in shelters because
wow.
They didn't realize that they're escape artists. They're phenomenal escape artists. They will break out. Yeah, they'll break out at any. If you don't have a bird cage for them, they're going to break out. They're going to get out. That's just the way they are.
Now, do they? Are they runners by nature? Like
yeah.
They're just working dogs. They have energy to get stuff done.
But I'm saying they like to. They have a tendency they have a propensity to run away.
They have
you can't train them to stay.
No, you can.
They're trainable, right?
They're very trainable. However,
gotcha.
They also don't like to be left alone. They're very much pack animals. They're the closest thing to the wolf lineage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, outside of the wolf, they're almost like right there, one tier down. So they have to be around other animals. They have to be in a pack situation. They're, and if the leader of the pack, the family, are gone, they want to be with them. They're going to try to find them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Dogs, man.
Right?
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to talk about on the Rooster Rat Show.
Yeah.
So neither do we.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's cool, man. That's the thing about podcasting, right?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
You never know what you're going to end up talking about. Rabbit holes and randomness,
So talking about 90s, all right. Let's get back to your podcast. What type of music were you mainly wanting to focus on? Like, I know you started with Alice in Chains, Alice in Chains, and you have this is probably
just a variety of stuff. Man.
Soundgarden, Big Lebowski. So you have movie. Oh man, Boogie Nights.
Yeah. So I'm talking about movies, talking about bands, music,
Yeah.
you know, television. I don't think I've done a television show yet, but you know, mainly movies and music and bands. You know, but a variety, man. You know, everything from R&B to hip hop, you know, rock, grunge. You know, those are like those main three genres.
Yeah.
Is what I kind of hone in on, but yeah, again, there's no boundary. And I started doing this thing called the wild card episode, where we would talk about a 70s band, for example, or an 80s movie, as another example. You know, so I started branching out a little bit and talking about other genres and eras. You know, so but yeah, it's basically how it works, man. How I break it down.
I see you have Forrest Gump on there.
Forrest Gump, yeah. Like you said, The Big Lebowski, Goodfellas that we did, Boogie Nights, yeah. You know.
Hello and welcome back to the 90s Galore podcast.
You know, I've done everything.
I'm your host, Andy Zaldivar, and we are here to bring you another.
Sorry. I almost started. I was looking for your show notes. I started playing your podcast.
That's all right, man.
So yeah, so one of the things about Forrest Gump is it's my wife's all-time favorite movie.
Yes, that's my movie.
Man. Really?
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I've
that's a
watched
good one.
Probably 3 or 4 times during quarantine.
Yeah.
It's an amazing movie. That soundtrack. I mean,
yes, soundtrack even.
The special effects. I remember I still remember the first time I ever watched that. And just being blown away, you know, it's just like, what the hell? How did they do that? How did they, you know,
edition of the 90s
the soundtrack, the story, the characters,
just placing his face or whole body into movie clips.
Yeah, with
right.
JFK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that scene where when he goes to meet the president. And,
yeah,
I mean, all of it. Yeah, I mean, just up and down the movie, right? It's just amazing what they did. And but yeah, that's a good one, Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
man. Gosh, you know, we profiled that one. That was fun. But yeah, that movie is, you know, it was just so popular. You know, even now it still holds up, man. But you know, Mom always said life was like a box of chocolate.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Box of chocolates, you know, and I was running.
Yes, I love that her life advice is always like never super motivational. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
If you listen to it, like that's what life is.
Yeah.
You'll have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it was and then but yeah, Mom was always the wise one too, right? Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah. Always the most intelligent one of all the rest, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Gosh, is that all you remember? Such a boy.
Forrest got into school.
Yeah.
He got into school. That's all I'm going to say. Mom worked it.
Well, what school was that? Because I know he went to Alabama, right? He played
football. But remember, he wasn't allowed to get into basic elementary school.
Oh, yeah.
And Mom worked it. She put in her 2 cents. And
yes. You know, here's the thing, man, that I don't know if you guys knew this or not about, you know, there's that restaurant, Bubba Gump's.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I go into Bubba Gump's. This is a few years back, man. And I sit down. I'm all excited. I order a Dr. Pepper. And they tell me, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't serve Dr. Pepper here." I'm like,
that
"Huh?"
is against the law.
Yeah,
that's
I'm like,
my drink.
Yeah, right. Yeah, me too. But that was his favorite soda. That was
How dare they?
Forrest Gump's favorite soda, and they don't serve. I don't know if they do now. This was like 5 years ago, but I just thought that was
super disappointing.
Yeah.
At least they didn't offer Mr.
Well,
Pibb,
guess what? I'm not taking you, babe.
I've never eaten there. I've always wanted to.
Date night canceled.
Yeah, right.
You just saved me $300, man.
That's so funny. That's the kind of thing that would get me too. At least, but really, at least they didn't offer Mr. Pibb.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it's like, how can this be that? That's not.
Yeah.
Anyway, so whatever. Just one of those just like you said, just disappointments.
Yeah. Like it's not gonna break you, but you're like, really?
Yeah, I've always wanted to go into but it's always been so packed. Like, you know, hour wait for seafood when you can go to a different seafood place. I don't know. It's just not. It's not something that I want to do. I don't want to wait. You know.
No.
You're not
I
good
agree,
at
man.
waiting.
Yeah, I'm have very very little patience. So
Most guys, we don't like to wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
We usually like try to go to those places at the very end of our whatever we're doing, our little road trips. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
already at the tired point.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, but man, that was a disappointment. But, I'm trying to think of another one. Gosh darn it! Oh, I went to see Stone Temple Pilots. Like
Oh, so good.
and I remember this was April of 2015. So yeah, 5 years ago. I get in there, or this is at the Hollywood. Gosh darn it, House of Blues.
Oh, that's where I
Get
want to
fuck-
go. That's
get fucking
that's
old.
where I want.
Yeah, man. I was right there on the Sunset Strip, and I get in there. The band comes out. I'm all excited, and Scott Weiland is not the lead singer.
What
I'm like,
in the world?
yeah.
That's 2015.
So yeah, right. And I didn't know that he was no longer with the band. This is like the same year he died, though. Like 8 months before he died. And the guy, no offense to Chester Pennington, also rest in peace. Chester Pennington, who was the former lead singer of
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park, yeah.
right? He came out, he did a great job, but
So
I wanted to see Scott Weiland. Yeah,
Okay. I mean, that's a good step in, but
it is.
it is still disappointing. I'd be
But
pretty upset.
Right. For me, it
Still
was
rocking
disappointing.
out.
Yeah. But it was a good concert. But man, I mean, I grew up listening to those guys. I wanted to see Scott, man.
Yeah.
I named one of we had a cat when we were first dating, and I named my cat Velvet Revolver.
For reals, yeah. It was like we had this cat, and I mean, it was cool cat. Like, gave no fucks. It really didn't care what you
really
thought.
A dog.
Didn't like me, preferred her, and was like, all right, we aren't best friends. But Velvet Revolver was its name. It was the coolest cat, man. Just
Velvet Revolver. I love it. I love it, man.
That's a different band, though. That was like his 90s thing.
It was his. I think it was 2000s. It wasn't Slash.
2003 to 2008 was Velvet Revolver.
Yeah, Slash was in it too. It was
Slash
very short-lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 5 years.
Still loved it though.
Yeah, a great performance. I mean, how can you go wrong with Slash and Scott Weiland in the same band? Right?
You really can't. You really, really can't.
It's ridiculous. Those guys are, cream of the crop. Guns N' Roses. Love those. I love that band too, man. Back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Those albums. Like Use Your Illusion 1, 2. Appetite for Destruction. Monumental.
And it's so weird that there's no concerts right now. It's just strange.
I know.
It's a weird world to be in right now.
It's super. I don't want to curse on your.
No.
Yeah,
Did you not hear me? Like I've been saying the whole time. It's okay.
We always try to catch ourselves because our kids usually.
We actually have the mature because we didn't have our kids on today, so we're like, hey, you know what? We got explicit going, matures on the Twitch. We're good, man.
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah. I've already had 3
case,
people in the comments talking about how they played with their vaginas tonight.
Oh my god!
So it's like we're groovy, man. We're having a great time.
Well, let's talk about that.
I use some weird tags, and all of a sudden I get really cool people that really want to tell us about how they're currently hard, and yeah.
Oh, well, really? Well,
Mr. Yeet 6000, I believe, is our child. Maybe.
No, Mr. Yeet is somebody else calling us hi Karens. Oh. You look all like sisters.
Oh, cool.
So,
Twitch TV. Does it tell you how many viewers are on right now?
So I don't have that open, but
I'm not very good at reading and talking at the same time. So
I was just curious.
No, I can open that up.
Oh, don't worry. How do you like Twitch TV, man?
I like it. So like YouTube TV has its its inner workings and stuff like that, but I feel like Twitch gives me just enough to where I can be able to navigate around it, and it has other things. So I don't have to, I don't have to like, oh, I'm only going live on YouTube TV, and there's, like I like to game sometimes. So I don't want to just like, oh, I'm only doing a podcast. Sometimes I want to just go live just to go live. And
oh, okay. So you can go on Twitch, and then from there, they'll distribute it to other platforms, like on Facebook, for example, or anything like that.
So through the OBS platform, I don't know if you use OBS to go through yours.
No,
but through OBS, it allows you to distribute through Facebook, YouTube, and all that stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, and Twitch will automatically upload the video to YouTube, so I don't even have to mess with it.
Oh, they do that too.
Yeah.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's all. I go through StreamYard. I don't know if you're familiar with StreamYard. It's
no. I saw that. What is StreamYard?
It's just another video conferencing platform, website. They'll feed. You can go live, and then they'll feed it live to. They'll feed your podcast, your show live to YouTube. You know.
Okay.
But it has a lot of different features if you upgrade and stuff like that. You know, green screens, overlays, just all kinds of cool little stuff you can do additionally.
I haven't seen the need for all that stuff yet, but I'm sure it's there. I think, I don't know.
I'm not there yet either.
I'm one of those, like, we have a principle of photography in our house. All right. And part of the photography aspect is you have to try to get it right in camera, which is why my camera, you don't see below this line in
that's
camera
where all of our movies are.
because everything below that is the trash pile. And,
I see.
Yeah.
It's all of our movies that we need to log into digital, and I just don't want to do it.
You'll get around to it.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I think we have that digital already.
And other random selections. It's like, so we're like, all right, we're gonna
so to keep it above that too.
Yeah, I know that the line has to be above that. That's my in camera. And then of course I have these little lights and stuff like that so that it shines light upward.
I like it.
Yeah, it's all gonna be worked out eventually because we have a new camera. It's gonna eventually
I'll
come in.
let you have it back eventually.
Haha. Don't know when. She says that she's just borrowing it. So
it's a great camera.
I see.
Yeah, but it's a DSLR, so it's going to give me that better quality, but it's also going to open up all this. So I gotta
Are you freaking out?
Before I do that, I need to get rid of all this.
Gotcha.
Of
course, man.
Minimize.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stick with the microphone.
Yeah. No, you can't go wrong with that mic.
Yeah.
But you're using a camera now, or is it your laptop camera?
No. I have a Logitech.
Gotcha. It looks good,
cameras. Man. Yeah. So what
makes everything very.
So I have an overhead light right here that kind of pops me out, and then throwing lights in the back gives me that depth of field. That's how I'm doing it. Is so I throw a couple lights back there,
but the colors are kind of weird.
I like it. No, that's cool, man.
I wish the colors was a little better. It's kind of too green for me. But
we're photographers first. That's what happens.
I hear you, man. I use a little, one of those circle lights.
A ring light.
A ring light, yeah.
Ring light,
yeah.
Ring, and right now that's all I'm really using.
But you know what? That's good because what it does is it takes all the shadows out of your face, and it presents it better.
Like a portrait.
Yeah. Me, I like the gothic look. So I do that one light over the top,
Make your eyes.
That works, man.
Dark.
Try to get those super dark circles under those eyes. Make me much older and wiser than I really am.
It's all good, man. They say I have a face for radio, so
I got
the same thing.
I got a face for radio and a voice for the silent films.
Oh man, yeah.
Tell you what, man.
I'm curious though, man. Where does Rooster Bat? Where does that name come from?
So, I rode with a motorcycle club for 5 years. All right, and my road name was Bantam. Bantam is a type of rooster, and Bantam, if you rearrange all the letters, is Batman. All right, because I wanted my road name to be Batman, but we couldn't have any duplicating road names.
Somebody else already had it.
Yeah, somebody already had it.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
So I rearranged the letters, made Bantam, Bantam is a fighting rooster.
It's a tiny fighting cock.
It's a tiny fighting cock. All right. And
I had to rub it in a little
so,
bit.
So when we were trying to come up with a name, like a persona and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? For the last 5 years, I've been a tiny fighting cock that loves Batman. So there you go. We have the rooster bat.
Gotcha. Man. No, you said fighting cock, and immediately came to mind. My friend went to Arizona, man. He told me a story about his cousins that they fight, roosters, man, and out there. And one of the things they do is to kind of to calm the rooster down. They'll before they take him out, they take the rooster out before they take it out of the cage.
Yeah.
They actually basically
rub
masturbate.
Rub one out.
They rub one out to calm him down.
Yeah.
And like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought you were going to say hang him upside down or something.
No. They have to rub him out. Now
they rub him
out. So they rub him out.
You're familiar, huh?
Yeah, no, they rub. Yeah, well, we have cockfighting here in Bakersfield as well.
Well, there you go.
So they rub one out, and then the good roosters that they want to like lose, they rub one out partially. They don't let him finish. All right.
That's
to give him blue balls. So he's frustrated. The whole thing he wants to do is fuck.
Isn't that similar to like the running of the bull or bullfighting?
Yeah.
They do something similar to them.
What's that? The bulls?
Yeah, they like tie them up so that they're PO'd.
Oh no, they tie a rope to create pain. Similar to like a dominatrix or something like that, to cause pain so that they can be able to be a little bit more aggravated.
I mean, that is messed up.
No, it's not fun what they do.
And I know the other thing he was telling me is they'll bring a female, they'll set up a female next to him, right?
The pheromones,
next to his cage,
and get them all riled up.
And then they'll bring in another. I think in between, so they'll put the hen or the female, right, in between two roosters, and then basically that creates this rivalry between the two roosters, and then
it's so crazy.
Yeah, and then basically I forgot, and also it creates aggression.
Yeah,
it pisses them off.
You would never think that there was psychological like, background in
that's exactly
cockfighting,
what it is.
But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. Like the type of vitamin. Like I knew some chickens that had steroids. Like I'm like, bro, I can't afford fucking vitamin D. Like I'm a Flintstones kid and I can't get him.
Exactly.
Like
fuck.
That dude's yoked out.
We have seen some roosters that were very puffy. Like they were just huge.
Yeah, yoked out, man. Looked like
I believe
Terry
it,
Crews, man.
Shit. Holy shit, man. It's crazy shit. Yeah, it's a whole different world.
Oh man, it really is. It really, really is.
Yeah, fuck. Interesting shit that goes down.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Do us a favor. Tell us where we can find you, man.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's on Instagram. I have 2 Instagram pages at Profile Pod TV, and you can use I'm on there as well as at 90s Galore, and that's 90s_GALORE. Also have the YouTube channel set up, and that's you can check out all our Profile Pod episodes on that's Profile Pod TV on YouTube. So check us out there. And I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all the major platforms. And check us out, man. Yeah, I'm always down to interact with the audience, the listeners out there, the people. That's my main thing. I love connecting with people. That's like my calling, man. And so if you want to be profiled on our show, let us know. Hit me up on Instagram. We'll get you on there. And again, if you're a clown on the weekends and whatever, man. If you're driving hot rods,
playing with a flaming torch,
exactly,
burning down 10 acres.
You go to Antarctica and Antarctica in the summer, and we want to talk to you. So
yeah, absolutely. And then if anybody wants to, get in touch with you, they can do it through Instagram, right? I know that you've been really active on your 90s Galore and Profile Pod TV.
Yes.
Both on Instagram. You got direct messaging going on.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm on a bit of a hiatus right now with the 90s Galore podcast.
Okay.
I'm focusing a lot right now on Profile Pod TV, but again, like you said, I'm always posting. I do like a daily posting of a musician or a band, or a movie, and I'll give some quick trivia on those. I'll post a movie, like a scene or a song, and then I'll include some trivia on that.
Awesome.
That's super awesome.
Yeah. So
that's super awesome.
Again, and I'm doing live. I go live a lot. I go on live a lot. Pretty regularly.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do that until today.
Oh, yeah, man. Check it out. It's fun, man. It's fun.
Sweet, man. We really appreciate you coming on. Just as a reminder, everybody, next week we will not have a show. We are going on vacation, a much needed vacation. And we're going to enjoy a little bit of family time. So no show next week.
Off time.
Yeah. And if you guys are wanting to comment on everything you guys heard, you guys want to join the community, you guys can do that at roosterbatshow.com. You can email us anytime you guys want to comment or display something. You guys want to get a quick little shout out, by all means, hit us up at mail@roosterbatshow. We do have a couple shout outs because we had some cool folks out there hitting us up with our 5-star ratings on our show.
Everyone's so exciting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun, man. So we want to stay. We are sure. Thank you guys so much for the 5-star. That's going to be our Curious Nixons. They're actually going to be our guest coming up on September 17th. Another one, Talking Sheets, they and Skywalker 0429. We really want to thank you guys also for the 5 stars. And we received a couple through Twitter. I don't, of course, have that up because I'm not that intelligent. Kodorori, they're 2 musicians, like legitimate, like string quartet musicians. They gave us 5 stars, said that our show was like a little feel for the community. Like they felt like they were part of our community and they enjoyed the chemistry in our show. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We thank all of the wonderful followers that we just got on our show today. I'm Rock Hard. I Drink Cum and Mr. Yeet 6000.
Oh.
Thank you guys so much. You guys really make this job so much enjoyable. Our guest, Andy, we really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for coming on. It was a joy.
Oh, no.
And
thank you guys for having me. And maybe we'll get you on my show.
Yeah,
get you guys on my show in the near future. Here, we'll work something out.
You have something to say, Jess?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I think you should have one of those, like I Drink Cum or I Stay a Rock Hard. I think maybe they should.
I think so.
I would have to stay off video because I would blush too much.
I want to get them on my show. Actually,
you
guys hit me up.
I'm going to send my details over there.
Profile Pod TV.
Profile Pod TV.
Instagram.
And 90s Galore. So yeah, absolutely, man. You guys, you were amazing to talk to, man. It was you hit an hour and a half, like no issues, man.
Thank you. Yeah, man. It flies by, right?
Yep. I'm gonna get us on the end of the show, clear out, and then if we want to chat, we can still chat.
Sounds great, man.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom.